spiritual world is much more real. It's much more real than this than the physical one. But we are so tuned and focusing to the physical world that we don't understand that we shift things. Not here. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principality, rulers of the high places. That's what the Bible is telling us, giving us all these keys.
The faith has taught you to deny your heart's desire.
Look at this demon, this devil.
You into a prison.
Do not be threatened. Do not be scared of this. I'm telling you. And if you cannot handle this, I understand. But I'm showing this to you not to scare you.
You were meant to be.
Break the chains. She's speaking to them, and you see now her eyes change immediately. She allowed that demon. It's not for nothing they're making these games and introducing this demon to let you be possessed by it, to be initiated. It is not for nothing, because they understand the spirituality. You can be naive and think it's just a game or it's just a movie, it's just this and that. It does not impact me. But my dear friend, this type of entertainment actually that is luring you, that indoctrinating you into the kingdom of darkness without you knowing. No, with a friend of Daniel, they were not able to see the angel, but only Daniel could see the angel. But the place was trembling, was shaking, to the point where his friend ran away. Let me tell you, my dear friend, don't be afraid when people leave your life. Sometimes it is a good thing, because dead bodies are too heavy to carry. There are people who will not understand the place God is taking you. A vision is never given to a mass. A vision is not a corporate thing. It's an individual calling. So what God shows you, not everybody will be able to understand it. Do not fret, because He who started the good work in you is faithful and just to perform it. You see, all that divination, all that manipulation, there it is. Puff, she's gone. What happened next here? It is so evil, because first step is the demon to come in. The next step is this: allowing yourself to be led by the demon and take actions. That's how the devil owns you.
It's me.
This is very, very profound. The content that we have here, they are mind-blowing. They are amazing. They are great content. So I'm encouraging you, please, if you did not watch part 1 or 2 or 3, whatever part you are on, if you have not watched the other ones, go and watch them before you continue watching this one. Otherwise, you're going to miss the whole context. And I don't want you to miss the whole context, because this show is just amazing. Listen, I am a joyful person, because I know greater is He that is in me than who is in the world.
Shameful. Our Father has granted you a path
Our Father.
to salvation. And yet you stray from it.
Our Father
every opportunity. You drink.
Every opportunity.
Gamble. You covet and steal. Shameful.
Did you see in that book that he has? Pay attention inside that book, those symbols. You see the symbol in that book inside? It's the same symbol was on the back. I don't know if many of you pay attention to that. Even you are playing these games, I don't know if you really pay attention to that detail. Now listen.
Is their birthright.
Sin is their birthright, she said. A priest.
Children.
My friend, that's a moment where you show that those people that your God live, your Father.
World. Salvation.
Look at them
lies not
symbols.
in the light, but in you. The faith has taught you to deny your heart's desire.
Look at this demon, this
and
devil.
turned you into a prison.
Do not be threatened. Do not be scared of this. I'm telling you. And if you cannot handle this,
Break
I
the
understand.
chains.
But I'm showing this to you not to scare
who
you.
you were meant to be.
Break the chains. She's speaking to them, and you see now her eyes change immediately. She allowed that demon to infiltrate her spirit. You see, all that divination, all that manipulation, there it is. Puff, she's gone. What happened next here? It is so evil, because first step is the demon to come in. The next step is this: allowing yourself to be led by the demon and take actions. That's how the devil owns you.
It's me.
The priest remind them, I brought your child into this world. Look what happened to the priest. They all take actions under the manipulations of that demon. And this is not a priest. Leave that image on the screen for a minute. That it is not a priest. You see the symbols he's wearing. He said, our Father. But he's not referring to the same Father as you and I refer to. That's not the Father he's talking about. That is definitely not the Father he's talking about. So do not be fooled by this. This old game, they're playing very tricky, sneaky game. I was gonna say in this game, they're playing very tricky and sneaky game. Yeah, you catch my drift, right? You feel the vibe. You know what I mean? In this old game, they're playing very manipulative, tricky games, because they are showing you. He's referring to our Father, but he's not talking to the Father in heaven. He's talking to the Father whom they call here the Father of light, Lucifer. That's why he referred to our Father. And he said, glory, how do you know that? You wait, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. I'm telling you, the impact of devils and demons is bigger than we can imagine. If you look in the Bible, you see how Jesus dealt with the devil. And in the book of Ephesians 6:12, the Bible says, well, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but what? Against rulers, against the authority. Some versions say principality, against the cosmic, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Another translation say in the high places. Mark 5:2-5 says what? In the ACV translation, and when Jesus had stepped out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. Night and day among the tombs and on the mountains, he was always crying out and cutting himself with stones. Demons are not your friends. Dear friend, demons are not your friends. Demons are not your friend. If you can understand, we can remember also, we can remember the story of Daniel. When Daniel was praying and fasting. It's so profound, and I don't want to get too deep into this, but I can tell you, Daniel, in this story, I remember when the Bible describes it, say, listen, Daniel 10:10-14, it says, what? The prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But Michael, one of the chief prince, came to help me, for I was left there with the king of Persia. Do you understand? The answer, the Bible says, when Daniel prayed, or not even the moment he prayed, the moment he positioned his heart, God sent the answer. But the answer got stuck. The answer got stuck. The prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood angel Gabriel, I believe. Michael had to come to rescue him, where he was left among the plural, multiple kings of Persia. So that tells you what? There is a principality, a kingdom, whereby is ruled by kings as well. So the physical world we live in. I was telling one member once, I was talking to one of my dear friend in the team, where I was sharing with her about this scripture. And it's so profound. We went deep into it. I was able to reveal to her, I'm like, the kingdom we live in is less real than the spiritual world. The spiritual world is much more real. Is much more real than this than the physical one. But we are so tuned and focusing to the physical world that we don't understand that we shift things. Not here. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principality, rulers of the high places. That's what the Bible is telling us, giving us all these keys. It's not for nothing that making these games and introducing this demon to let you be possessed by it, to be initiated. It is not for nothing, because they understand the spirituality. You can be naive and think it's just a game or it's just a movie, it's just this and that. It does not impact me. But my dear friend, wait, let me show you. And beside the story of Daniel, because I don't want to get deep into that, because that's such a very beautiful and profound story on how when the angel Daniel on the 20th, the angel got stuck 21 days. Daniel was walking. The Bible says on the 21st day, when Daniel was walking with his friend, the angel came before Daniel. Daniel described the angel with the belt of gold. He called it specifically. I cannot remember correctly how the name of that belt, the way he called it. Daniel said the face of the angel was looking like a lightning. It was looking like a lightning. The place where they were, with a friend of Daniel, they were not able to see the angel, but only Daniel could see the angel. But the place was trembling, was shaking, to the point where his friend ran away. Let me tell you, my dear friend, don't be afraid when people leave your life. Sometimes it is a good thing, because dead bodies are too heavy to carry. There are people who will not understand the place God is taking you. Because they are not able to see. A vision is it is given to one person. A vision is never given to a mass. A vision is not a corporate thing. It's an individual calling. So what God shows you, not everybody will be able to understand it. Do not fret, because He who started the good work in you is faithful and just to perform it. I'm telling you, because Daniel in this place stood alone there, but the angel came close. Daniel, let's move on, man, because this is such a profound revelation for us to understand the impact of demons in our life. I was talking to you about symbols. I'm talking to you about witchcraft. Today, our TVs, our movies, our life is packed with so much witchcraft, sorcerers, divinations, warlocks, all this type of entertainment actually that is luring you, that indoctrinating you into the kingdom of darkness without you knowing. There's a series on Netflix that I also looked at called I'm not sure if it's called The Witches or it's just called Witches. And in this series, listen, I'm not promoting this, so don't go look for it, please. Okay? I'm informing you so you don't have to watch it. It is so evil, so full of witchcraft that is incredible. There is a scene in it, even all the way in season 2, that's when things start always getting a bit weirdo. Episode 8, whereby there's a girl in the series called Siri. You can show me those images on screen maybe. And in this series, she is possessed. In this episode, she was possessed by a demon, and this demon took over her conscience. There are certain people in your life, they'll be possessed. Suddenly, that you cannot recognize them. They are different. Everything they are doing are different. You're wondering, what happened? What happened to this person? Since when did you become this way? Since when did you become this way? Because some of them, they're being possessed by demon. And all they can see is what benefits them, because that's what demon does. When demon possesses people, sometimes it just shows them what benefits you. This is what I'm going to get you. This is what you're going to do. And in this series is very well portrayed. It's very well put into image, whereby this girl, Siri, she's taken over. Her physical appearance is being led by the demon, but her conscience is in a trance, sort of like a dreamland, whereby she's with her parents who have passed away already a long time ago, where the demon is showing her that everything she has lost, she's good, she can have it back. She's hanging out with her family. She's doing all these things in her family. And she's having a good time. She's focusing on what is good for her. Meanwhile, in the physical world, she's completely destroying and killing her friends. She's completely destroying them. In the middle of the night, she goes on the internet. She stabbed one of her friends. She's doing all these things. I was watching this series and I was like, my goodness. Can you believe how many people will overlook this, will not even realize what's happening here? Let me say this again, disclaimer. I am not encouraging you to go and watch this series. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. I'm discouraging you. Because witchcraft is strongly promoted on every corner, in every emotional, in every particular way. They're using so-called nowadays love, which is really not love at all. It is greed. It is everything but love. It is lust, more importantly. But it is all being promoted to the young people of today. Can you show me that picture of Siri, the next image of this series? So you put some faces on this evil agenda. Because in this series, there are three main roles that are being playing in there. Witcher, which is like a witcher hunter, the character that you see on the screen right now. Show me the next picture. And another one, there you go. So you have the other one character. So you have like a Siri who she's kind of like a certain level, some certain power or something, and everybody, some people want to kill her, all kind of things, weird stuff. And then you have witch in the middle, also on the left corner. And you also have next to which you have that lady who's just on the middle in the bigger picture. But if you see on top of their heads, it is written, created by power, created by fear. So the witch by power, witcher hunter by fear, and for Siri created by prophecy. So she's the prophetess of them all, the prophetess of doom. That's the series that is being promoted strongly on this TV nowadays. These are the movies are nowadays, people. You might wonder, Glory, what are you telling us? Why are you showing us all these things? The mistake we've done so far in our society is ignoring the agenda of the enemy when he was coming. Ignoring that the enemy is putting some plans in places. And by the time you awaken, often it's too late for you to do anything about it. That's why I'm spending time. I'm spending hours, energy. I'm doing this and I love doing it for y'all to make sure you are informed so that you will not be caught up by surprise. That's why I'm sharing this with you. They are coming and they are very smart about it. Symbols have meaning. As you in this series, really, really very, very well put together as well. So you are being brainwashed about things like tattoos. You have now preachers today who are telling you tattoos are not bad, all these things. Because there's a scripture in the Bible says like he tattoos your name on the palm of his hand. So they say, yeah, if God could tattoo my name on the palm of his hand, that means tattoo is not that bad. The devil is a liar. Back to hell where you belong. I'm telling you, back to hell where you belong. Don't you find it interesting that most people justifying these are those involved in this act? Are those involved and planning even to be involved in these things? You find people are justifying sin. People are justifying this tattoo. Are those with tattoos? People are justifying these things. Or people are justifying divorces and all these things. Are those already in the same thing? Living the same life? So don't be fooled, man. Don't be fooled. Don't fall in their footsteps. Young people, be vigilant. I'm talking to you, my dear friend. Be vigilant. Don't allow yourself to be taken by these people. As I said, we're going to create, if we must, we're going to create games on this channel. We'll create games that are good, well done, the quality impeccable, so that you don't have to go in the world. And if you out there, you have an idea of a game, reach out to me. The email is on the link. The email is the link, the email is on the screen. Reach out. Reach out. Because it's time for us to arise. All these ideas, creativities is coming from heaven. The devil can create anything. Let's move on, man. Because we have quite a show for you today. Let's move on. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, don't forget to subscribe before you leave.